This interview is for the Westchester Area School District Legacy Project. So, will you introduce yourself? What is your name? What school did you go to? What year did you graduate?
I'm David Redmond, and I graduated from the Westchester High School in 1949.
How did you get to school? Were there,
First, second, and third grade I went by school bus, and I went to school in the West Goshen Elementary School, which is now, I think, an administration building.
Where?
On Paley Pike.
Yeah. What subjects did you take in middle school?
Gee, I don't remember. Whatever was required, I took.
Yeah, so math, English.
Yeah, math, English, history, and science.
That type of thing.
In those days we had art and music.
How about high school? Do you remember?
I took those subjects in high school as well, and I also took Latin.
Latin? Cool.
Which wasn't my favorite subject.
It's a hard language. How many students were in your graduating class? Do you know if you were doing
about 200.
Yeah. How are the grades split up from elementary, middle, and high school?
Elementary was up to 6th grade, and middle was 7 to 9.
And the rest is high school?
And high school was 10 to 12.
How was your school experience different from the way that it is now? Do you see any differences?
Well, I'm not sure what it's like now because it's been a long time since I've been there.
Yeah.
But of course, we didn't have the tech equipment that you have now. We didn't have computers. We had motion picture projectors to watch films back then. We didn't even have television. So that's probably the biggest change.
Mm-hmm. Technology.
And the schools were much smaller, had fewer students. And they were also segregated up until I went to high school.
Mm-hmm. What was your most memorable experience, good or bad, of school?
When the school burned down, I guess.
The school burned down?
When I was a junior in high school, during Christmas vacation, the high school burned down. At that time, it was on Church Street between Washington and Biddle Street. And the junior high school and the senior high school were connected by a bridge. But the senior high school burned down during Christmas vacation. If you go to the Historical Society and get an old picture, or get an old daily local news from that day, you can see all the pictures of the school burning down, and I took most of the pictures. I was a school photographer, and I happened to live fairly close, so I got to the fire early.
Mm-hmm. What did you do after it burned down?
After it burned down, then we all went to the junior high school, and the senior high school people went in the mornings, and the junior high school people went in the afternoons. So I had the afternoon off, which was pretty nice from the second half of my junior year and all of my senior
year. You kind of mentioned this a little bit, but were the schools segregated by race or by gender when you went to school?
By race.
Were there two different schools? One for...
Yes, the junior, or the elementary school for the blacks was on Gay Street, where the municipal building is now. You know where that is?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, do you remember how you felt about this? Did you like it the way it was? Thought it was fine, or not?
Didn't think that much about it because it was just kind of normal in those days, and I was happy to see them combined in high school because I had a number of friends that were black.
Yeah. When did they become desegregated?
I'm not sure what the date was. I don't recall that. I just know up until junior high school they were segregated.
Mm-hmm. When you were in school, did you go on any field trips?
No, except that I was in the band and orchestra, and we would go on trips with the football team. And that was about it.
Were there any after-school activities, and did you participate in any?
Well, again, it was band and orchestra, and since I was a photographer, I would go out and shoot the football games and baseball games and so forth.
So there were sports as well?
Sports, yeah, sports in general.
What about bullying? Was there any bullying that you knew going on, you knew of?
Yeah, I can remember in particularly in elementary school, some bullying.
Mm-hmm.
I was always skinny, so I would get bullied, but not bullied so much, but teased because I was so thin.
Yeah, so that's all the questions that we have. So thank you very much for coming, and yeah, so that's our interview.
Okay, very good.